Testing. Hello.
Hello, Toronto! This is a trip. My name is James from Vagrancy Films. We've done a lot of shows with Rue Morgue, never at the Bloor exclusively with a print. I usually send the trailers. You guys ever seen the trailers we send down? The Cinema movie nights. We based ourselves out of London, Ontario, but every once in a while we get to come to Toronto, and usually when we do, we have a special celebrity guest here. And tonight, we all know who's here, don't we? Barbara Steele. And of course, we're playing Mario Bava's Black Sunday, an archival print. But I don't want to stress it's not just about Black Sunday, because as we all know, Barbara Steele has done countless other films besides Black Sunday, so you're free to ask questions about that film, but we can spread it out over her career. And I want to recollect about the first time I saw Barbara Steele, and it was in a film that David Cronenberg made called Shivers. The famous scene in the bathtub. Great scene. And I do want to say that I had an ace up my sleeve that would unfortunately didn't happen. David Cronenberg was planning to attend, but he canceled on us last night. But it was due to his schedule, but I was hoping he could be here. But he sends his love to everyone and sends his love to Barbara. But then Jonathan Demme's Chained Heat. Who's seen that movie? Classic, classic. And then later on in my life, I was exposed to Black Sunday. And I've even showed it to my children, and we were fascinated by it, and the pit and the pendulum, etc. But let's not waste any time. We're going to show some trailers of Barbara's films. But without further ado, I want to introduce Barbara Steele to the Rue Morgue 2009 Festival of Fear. Let's put your hands together, everyone. All right. Thank you all. Now we have a runner with the spotlights. It's going to be hard. So Jake, I'm going to let you pick the questions. But I'm going to start with the first question. I want to know if there's any truth to this. I heard on the set of Shivers that David Cronenberg used to beat his actress in particular, who had a hard time to cry. If you could confirm if that was true, because according to David, you got quite irate with him that he was actually taking the actress back. He would go in the back room before the scene started, and he'd give her a quick slap across the face to kind of get her ready for the stress of the scene. And I wanted to know if you could shed any light on that, if you're...
Well, it's amazing memory, isn't it? Because if that had happened to me, I would have slugged him right back.
Oh! I may have liked that.
He would probably.
And I also heard, like, when the Black Sunday came out, like, what was your initial reaction to it? Because the person we got the print from, I don't know if this is true as well, but he said that you weren't really fond on the film the first time you saw it. Is that in fact true?
No, it's not true at all, because I think it's a visual masterpiece. And I just, it's a timeless, gorgeous movie that is just, I love its slow, elegant pace, and which is so haunting and internalized, and it's just stunning, isn't it, that it's just sustained its intensity and its impact all these years. It's just absolutely fantastic. It's a beautiful film. I'm very honored to have done it.
And we're very honored to see it. When do you think the last time was that you saw it in the cinema?
Wow. Oh, God.
A while ago. Well, let's leave it at that. Well, as we're playing the 35mm print, and Barbara, I want to say, is also going to be doing a Q&A at the convention on Sunday as well, and so we won't be able to take everyone's questions, obviously, but Jake, do we have any questions out there from the fans?
Is there any questions on the floor, anybody?
For Barbara Steele.
Show of hands. I got one over here. Yes, sir. You have a question?
Yeah, I was just wondering what it was like to work with Mario Bava on Black Sunday.
Well, I was very young, and Mario Bava was an incredibly civilized guy, you know, and so it was a very polite experience. What I remember most were the fabulous drunken lunches that we all had in Italy. And then we would come back to this very somber environment, you know, which we shot the movie in, which was basically a black and white environment. There was absolutely no color at all on the set. And it was very, very cold, which was very appropriate for this tomb-like movie. And it was a very lovely experience working with Mario Bava, because he was a very, very sensitive man.
All right. You got a question down
Yeah,
there?
I got David over here who's got a question.
How would you compare Mario Bava to other directors like Riccardo Freda and Antonio Margheriti?
Well, Mario Bava was really like a librarian. I mean, he was a very internalized, very private man, and Riccardo Freda was a very angry, passionate man. Actually, I could relate better to the angry, passionate man, because it really raised the energy on the set. So there was this tremendous sense of drama and urgency to everything he did. Thank you.
We got another one here. Bruce.
Hello, hi. Were you in the early British comedy called Upstairs and Downstairs?
Oh my God! Who is this person?
Over here, this side.
What do I remember of it? Very little. I haven't seen it in 50 years. I don't know.
Yeah, I think
Were you a blonde in that? Didn't they make you dye your hair, the one studio, or they wanted you to be a blonde?
No, I was still a brunette. I only had to become a blonde when I came to the States. Oh.
Those darn blondes.
I've noticed all the horror fans are brunettes.
We got one right here.
Me?
Okay. Let's see Black Sunday. Thank you.
I was. Oh, that's it.
All right, Barbara Steele.